Now, as we all know, Michael Jackson's death has been a big topic for a long time. You know, he died at a young age. He was only 50 years old. Uh, and in this video, we're hearing about it firsthand from his sister Janet Jackson, and she goes into details. She goes into a lot of details about his doctor, which is his handler, you know, and the way he mistreated Michael, and the things that he did, and she believed that he's the reason for his death. You know what I mean? But she goes into a lot of detail. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are starting to say like Michael Jackson faked his death so he could get away from this type of lifestyle. He was tired of living this lifestyle. He wanted to do something different, be out the spotlight. Because I mean, Michael Jackson's the most famous person to ever live. If you didn't know that, you know what I mean? Like he's performed in every single country. He's the only artist to perform in every single country in the world, right? He was the most famous person to ever live. So it's like he was tired of it. That's what people think. People think he was tired of it. He was just ready to go. He was ready to get out of the spotlight. And if that is the case, shit, I mean, I don't blame him. You know what I mean? I don't blame him. Um, Same thing they try to say with Tupac. You know what I mean? They said Tupac wanted to fake his death. He wanted to get away from certain people, certain spotlights. He just didn't want to be in it anymore. But I mean, me personally, I think Tupac is dead and gone, man. He passed away. And I think Michael Jackson passed away too. But there's other people that disagree with that. There's other people that believe that they seen him um, crossing into Mexico from California. So who knows? Who knows? But that's got to be a hell of a thing to like fake your death. You know what I mean? I don't even know how I could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you fake your death, like who do you fake it on? Everybody, like sister, mom, brothers, dad. Like I couldn't fake my death on my mama like that. So, but anyways, we're gonna get right into the video, man. Hey, if you're new to the channel, man, I appreciate you stopping by, watching the videos. I really do, man. I appreciate all the love that everybody supports and gives me. You know what I mean? So it's all love. It's all love, most definitely. But like I said, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like down below, and please drop a comment in the comment box, man. I love to hear back from my people. You know what I mean? I love to hear back from y'all. I love to hear y'all responses and y'all input on things and how y'all feel about certain things because we the people matter. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Your word is the most valuable because none of this be possible if we wasn't here, right? Right. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you, man, and let's get right into this video.
Do you blame Dr. Murray for your brother's death?
Yes, I do. He is the one that was administering the drug, as from what I do know. So I do.
So, Michael Jackson's death at his Los Angeles mansion was attributed to an OD of propofol, a surgical anesthetic used in operating rooms. And yes, Michael Jackson's personal doctor, Conrad Murray, was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for his part in MJ's death, and he even served 2 years in prison. But trust me, it's not as simple as that.
Your Honor, I am an innocent man. I therefore plead not guilty.
Okay, Murray, if you say that you are innocent, were you the fall guy? Because from where everyone is standing, things are still not adding up. Who really is responsible for MJ's death? And why was he being set up to die literally for years? Well, his family members are still seeking answers and a proper explanation for what really happened to MJ.
I'm sorry, Robin. I know, because I keep saying the same thing. I couldn't, but it's still to this day, it's still so difficult for me to believe.
Janet Jackson definitely feels like MJ's death may have been a setup, but she's not the only family member who believes that.
And I ain't gonna lie, right? But we're gonna go off. We're gonna go off topic a little bit right here, okay? Janet Jackson is like fine wine, okay? Like that woman is so beautiful, bro. Like she is so gorgeous, man, and she's just getting prettier with time. You know what I mean? She's just getting prettier with time, and my gosh, I ain't seen her in a long time since I watched this video. I mean, I ain't really been watching too many things about Michael Jackson, but when I seen this come up, I was just like, man, I gotta react to this. But that was the first time I seen her in a long time, man, and she just beautiful, man, like beautiful, like fine wine, man. She don't age.
MJ's sister Latoya did also spill that there was definitely something fishy about her brother's death.
I truly feel that Conrad Murray is simply the fall guy. This was definitely something that was premeditated, that they had planned to do, and they planned to take my brother out, and my brother knew it. And that's why he told me repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly that this was going to happen to him.
According to Latoya, the explanation Michael gave her for thinking someone was after him was that they were after his catalogs.
He explained it to me. He explained it's because of my catalog, which is my publishing, and they're after it, and they want it, and they want their hands on it, and they want to take it away from me. So Michael developed this love-hate relationship with his catalog.
Not the first time Latoya said that, by the way. In an interview with CNN, she also made it very clear that she knew the death was planned.
Because first of all, Michael told me that they were going to murder him. He was afraid. He was afraid for his life.
And that's crazy. That's crazy right there, because like the same thing happened to Prince. The same exact shit happened to Prince, bro. Like, it was crazy. I was in Miami, Florida at the time, right? And I was at Walgreens shopping for some stuff around the house and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I remember I was at the checkout line, and I was standing there in line, and I was looking at the magazines. And it was a Time magazine. And I'll never forget it, man. It was Prince on the front, and he had just passed away, probably like the next day or two or something like that. And they had his face. They had his face on the side like this, on the side of Time magazine, and it had slave written in blood on his face. You feel me? Like, and the funny thing about it is, from what I read in some magazines, that he died from HIV at first. They said it was, they tried to say it was like HIV, AIDS or some shit, and then they came back around and said it was an overdose. I'm just like what? Like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand this. Like, everybody dying from overdoses, and that's just kind of funny to me. That's just kind of weird, my G. Like, come on, bro. Like, everybody dying from overdose in hotels and shit. Look what happened to Kim. She got tied up and put in a tub in a hotel. You feel me? I think that was just a warning. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's neither here nor there. Like, I don't know what happened. That's just what I think happened. I think they tied her ass up, put her in the tub, took all her jewelry to make it look like it was a robbery. But they probably had a conversation with her, like, look, we're gonna put you in this fucking tub. Okay, Kanye talk too much. He run his mouth too much. You gonna stay in this tub. He keep talking. We gonna put you back in this tub. And that's what's gonna happen to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the rest is self-explanatory. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why she left Kanye. You know what I mean? Because I feel like she really loved that nigga. So I just don't know. Like, all this shit just feel like it be set up. Like, they just be killing them and shit. Like, you go back to Amy Winehouse, Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie, JFK. I mean, the list goes on, man. You feel me? Like, the list just goes on, man. So I do believe it was premeditated, because it's like his last album was This Is It. Like, what do you mean? Like, what the fuck you mean this is it, bro? Like, what you talking about? This is it. What, you about to retire? Nah, this is it. This is my last tour. This is my last album. Like, they gonna kill me. So when she say that, when Latoya say that, it makes sense. It make all the sense in the world. And why would she come on national TV and lie? You know what I'm saying? Lie about on her brother, her deceased brother. You know what I'm saying? In front of the media. He got a daughter and everything out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he got a son. I'm not sure. I know he got kids, but you know what I mean? Like, why would she be out here lying in front of her nieces and nephews? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. So, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense what she's saying. So, hey, signs and symbols for the conscious mind, man. Pay attention. Let's get back to it.
According to LaToya, when Michael walked in the house that fateful night, whoever it was that greeted him, he knew that his end was upon him. And as soon as he had passed, some of the very people he had expressed suspicions about started controlling his estate. In fact, she wasn't scared to drop a couple of names, one of them being Dr. Tomei, who managed Michael's affairs towards the end of his life. Apparently, as soon as Tomei began acting as Michael's business advisor, he fired key people who had been close to Michael for years. And once Tomei shut out the rest of the world, he was able to steer Michael toward business ventures that were profitable for him and his friends. Sounds like somebody had an agenda, right? And if you ask LaToya, she will tell you that Michael Jackson's only daughter, Paris, also believes her father was unalive.
And I just wanted to say I love him so much.
In fact, in her book, Starting Over, LaToya wrote about Paris's description of her father's final days, which were, Daddy was always cold. Daddy was always freezing. He would sit and fall asleep by the fireplace. He would always cry, and we would watch to make sure everything was fine. And he needed a doctor, and then they turned the lights out. We were in the dark, and they cut the phones off. On Paris's description of her father's last words to her, LaToya also wrote, Prince and I were arguing, and Daddy said, stop fighting with your brother. I'm not always going to be here, and you're going to have to be the lady and watch over him. As for what Paris herself said, she was asked in an interview with Rolling Stone whether she believed the death was a setup, and this was her answer. Absolutely, because it's obvious. All arrows point to that. It sounds like a total conspiracy theory, and it sounds like BS, but all real fans and everybody in the family knows it. It was a setup. Then when asked who she thought might have wanted her father dead, she replied, a lot of people. Paris also added that she hopes to one day get answers that will at least
Man, that's crazy. Like the whole family know. You feel me? Michael Jackson was talking. You hear me? Michael was talking. He was like, man, they about to kill me, man. They want my catalogs. They want my publishing. They want all of my shit. They want everything. And that's what they do, bro. That's what they do. Like, that's how they keep you a slave. And I feel like that's why they put Prince's face on the front of Time magazine like that. Letting everybody know, like, y'all slaves, you feel me? Like, and if you try to fight us, if you try to take us to court like Prince did, and you get this close to winning all your rights, all your masters and everything, because like Prince was like 2 weeks away from getting all his masters, like winning all his masters in civil court, and then he died mysteriously. You know what I mean? And he just died, and he never got his masters because the court case got closed. You feel me? Like, that shit is just wild to me. And then they're like, so it's like, this is my theory. Prince fighting for his catalog. He fighting for his publishing. He fighting for his masters, right? He got these people in court. You know what I mean? And they fighting in court. And when they see he about to win, they're like, oh, no, he about to win. We got to kill him. So then they kill him so they can keep the catalog, right? They can keep all his masters. And then they put his face on the front of Time magazine, letting everybody know, like, play with us if you want to. Play with us if you want to. Like, look, we gonna put slave inside this nigga face in blood. Play with us if you want to. Like, you a slave, you never escaping this. You sign up for this, you gotta deal with this shit. That shit is real, bro. Like, hey, look, I mean, like, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, and it's with a bunch of ducks, my boy, it's a duck. It's a duck, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's too many arrows pointing at this. Come on, bro. This shit is just wild, bro. This is a crazy world we live in. We're gonna get back to it though.
Provide some justice for her dad, saying, I definitely do want justice, but it's a chess game, and I am trying to play the chess game the right way. And that's all I can say right now. I mean, for all these family members to say that MJ's death was a setup, there's definitely something there. Other than the family members who've made it clear that it was all a setup, another person who has openly suggested that the death was definitely planned was Kanye West. Of course, we all know him for his very controversial Twitter rants, and in one of them, he was like, MJ told you about Tommy before they him. Kim saved my daughter's life in the name of Jesus. It's God's choice only. I will live for my children, Chris. I'm in Cody if you're not planning another one of your children's Playboy shoots. Kanye was definitely referring to MJ's bitter feud with former Sony CEO Tommy Mottola, who worked with him from his 1991 Dangerous album to the release of Invincible 10 years later. It didn't quite end well, and MJ himself even called him out.
The record companies really, really do conspire against their artists. They steal, they cheat, they do whatever they can, especially the black artists. Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish.
MJ also said
And that makes sense, like, cause look, if you really look at it, right, they be attacking the black artists, they be attacking the black actors and actresses the most. Like, you could find so much dirt on like black rappers and black actresses and black actors, anybody that's black in entertainment, like you could find dirt on them, like, and when shit do hit the fan, they always the ones that get exposed. And like when people are exposing the wicked side of the industry and everything that go on, the devil worshiping shit and all that shit that go on in Hollywood, like it's always somebody black. Like, you ever notice that? Like, it's always somebody black. Why is that? Is it like because they not making the other, like, you know what I'm saying, the other races do the shit more or not at all? Like, it just don't make no sense to me, man. Like, it don't make no sense, bro. And then like look what they did to hip hop. Like, hip hop is crazy, bro. Like, you think about back in the day, like in the 80s and 70s and shit, like hip hop, like in the 80s, like was not violent, bro. Like in the 60s and 50s, like in the 40s, black people and wasn't even violent. Like, you go from like 1955, 1960, all the way back to the beginning of time, black people was never violent. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden we violent. Now all of a sudden our music done changed. We rapping about killing each other. You know what I'm saying? Having sex with each other's baby mamas and wives and girlfriends and killing each other grandmas and shit. Like, that shit is wild. And then you got us all out riding around like terrorists and shit. Like, for real, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. How did we go from being the oppressed to the oppressor? I don't even understand that, bro. I don't even understand how that shit just did a whole 183, 67, 20 on our ass. You know what I mean? Like, bro, this shit is wild. Like, we was running and hiding from people because people trying to kill us and shit. Kids. And now, like, now we the dangerous ones. They scared of us. Everybody's scared of us. Like, bro, this shit just crazy, bro. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I love all people. You know what I'm saying? All people are equal. I love all people, bro. Point blank, period. Like, it's too much love in my heart to just hate somebody because the color of their skin or just dog somebody out. Like, if I had power in the music industry, I would never even do that, period. You know what I'm saying? But like, what's the point of like attacking one race of people the most? Like, damn, that shit crazy. When this shit gonna stop? You know what I'm saying? When this shit gonna stop, bro? This shit just wild, bro. Shit just wild, man. And John Cena was on the Oscars the other night, you know what I'm saying, butt ass naked, put a dress on him, man. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is wild, bro.
2002 when he was in London.
I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it. But I just did good business, you know. But so the way they get revenge. And Tommy Mottola is a devil.
You know, I personally wouldn't be surprised if Tommy had anything to do with MJ's death, because these devilish acts weren't just on MJ. Like, he does have a record of being nasty to a couple of people in the music industry. The thing is, most of them have never been open, but MJ calling him out on several occasions, just imagine what Tommy would do to such a person. Anyway, other than claims that people who wanted to control MJ took him out, of course, there have also always been claims that MJ was taken out by the Illuminati. Apparently, he became a target in 1984 when he purchased publishing rights for much of the Beatles' back catalog. And because that acquisition and several others gave him too much power, he was on the hit list to be unalived. Based on reports, he further angered the Illuminati with a video for his song, Black or White, which is said to have demonstrated his rebellion against the secret society. The reports then further went on to claim that members of the Illuminati tried to get rid of MJ by setting up false allegations about him hooking up with children. And when the trial failed to go their way, the Illuminati planned his death. Honestly, if that whole Illuminati thing is a lie, then consider the possibility that the people who wanted his catalogs came up with all those allegations about him taking advantage of children when they failed to control him. Then they set him up to die and probably used Dr. Murray. And I know that money was definitely involved if the death was actually a setup, because a lot of people gain from MJ's death as opposed to what they would have received if he was alive. Apparently, the people who wanted so badly to benefit from the death even faked MJ's will just to make sure they were in control of everything. Well, as much as there have been all these rumors about MJ's death being planned, there have also been allegations that he is in fact still alive. Allegedly, a border officer even saw Michael Jackson crossing the border from California to Mexico. But to date, not a single person in Mexico has seen MJ yet. Maybe it's a bit far-fetched to assume he is alive, but let me know, what do you think? Do you believe his death was a well-planned setup? And who is at the top of your suspects list?
All right, man, we're gonna end that video right there. Yeah, that was a lot of good information. Like I said, people think he's still alive. People think he's still alive. A lot of people, even some people in Border Patrol, said that they seen him crossing into Mexico. Well, where's the proof? We need some proof. We need some type of proof. You know what I mean? Is it possible? Yeah, it's very possible. But I think MJ is gone, bro. Because of the simple fact, like, why would he fake his death, though? Like, why would he fake his death? Because, like, he could have just gave them that stuff. He could have just been like, here, y'all can have it. Just don't kill me. You know what I mean? Why would he give him everything and then just fake his death and then just go hide in another country and live a different life? Like, it don't make sense, bro. Like, so I think he gone. I think people just want certain people to live forever. And Michael Jackson was that iconic. You know what I mean? As a kid, I used to grow up watching his videos, Smooth Criminal. You know what I'm saying? All that. Like, I used to try to dance, imitate his moves and stuff. And he was the greatest, man. He was the greatest. Like, I really used to look up to Michael when I was a kid back in like the 90s and stuff, early 2000s. But he gone, man. He gone. He gone, bro. Pac gone. Pac could have came back. They say you could come back after like 25 years after faking your death or something like that. It's been like 30 or something. Like, it's been like 28 years since Pac died. So yeah, they gone, bro. They gone. But yeah, man, I think it's very interesting the stuff LaToya and Janet Jackson had to say, and his daughter, like, especially his daughter, like, she said they was in the house and all the lights went off and they cut the phones off. Like, whoo. Boy, that's some scary shit. That's like a nightmare. That's a scary movie. That's some real life scary movie shit when somebody coming for you and the police can't do nothing to help you. You feel me? Can't nobody do nothing to help you. That's like a purge set off on your ass. Like they said, they sound the purge bell on you, specifically you, nobody else. Think about if you got a purge bell ring on you. Like, bro, that would be so crazy. But not from just like random people like roaming the streets and shit. Like elite, like killers and shit coming like in your house, cut off the phones, cut off the lights, come up in your house and strangle you to death. You feel me? Like, that shit is just crazy, bro. It's just wild, man. Like I said, man, this is a crazy world we live in, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? And everything gonna unfold sooner or later. You know, the truth always comes to the light. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I just want to thank everybody for coming out to the channel, supporting the channel, watching the videos, man. I appreciate everybody that came today and checked out the video, man. If you're new to the channel, man, please subscribe, like the video, please, and comment down below, man. I want to hear y'all thoughts on this, man. I want to hear everything y'all got to say about this because, like, I feel a lot of different type of ways, and I feel like I'm gonna make another video on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm gonna make another video on this because, I mean, there's more to be talked about. But like I said, man, please, man, leave a like down below. Smash that like button, bro. Smash that like button, bro. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. And let me know how y'all feel about this whole situation, man. I'm going to get back with y'all later. Peace.